Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, on what is actually rather a nice Friday morning. How very pleasant it is. After his weird, incalculable, unfathomable defence of Michael Matheson, John Swinney, in doing so, attacked Annie Wells. Annie Wells was sitting on the committee, the Standards Committee, that found Matheson guilty and gave him that extraordinary punishment. And John Swinney attacked her for it, said that she was prejudiced, biased, was out to score political points and everything. Of course, I don't believe a word of it. I think she looked at the evidence and said, no, you have lied multiple times, you did attempt fraud, and therefore you must be censured. And that, of course, is what she and others on the committee did. But Swinney launched this attack on her. And it just seems that it's bringing the integrity of the whole system into question, number one. And two, it goes to show that he is not honest John. He's not this nice elder statesman that he's trying to pitch himself as. He's a recalcitrant little schoolboy, vicious, incapable of accepting that what has happened for a reason. So we'll take a look at this, because Annie Wells has herself come back out and made a defence of what she's done. And I think it's definitely worth listening to her side of this. So here goes. So Annie Wells fights back after John Swinney attacks her integrity in an astonishing defence of Michael Matheson. He's defending the indefensible. This is a man who's admitted lying, who's admitted trying to fraudulently claim that money for his iPad bill. So he is a self-admitted fraudster and liar, and Swinney's defending him. You have to wonder what Matheson has on Swinney, and why would Swinney, who has this job of trying to lead a party and is trying to come back as Mr. Reasonable after years of being Mr. Complete and Utter Bastard, immediately reverts to type and attacks a woman who found Matheson guilty of a crime that he admitted to. It's a weird setup, isn't it? The SNP leader has backed the shamed former health secretary, who faces now a 27-day ban from Holyrood after repeatedly lying about his publicly funded iPad usage. And he's been caught out, and yet Swinney is defending him. You don't... It's like, oh, well, Jack the Ripper, he weren't all bad, and that's effectively what he's doing. It's no different. I mean, the crimes are different, sure, but the principle's the same, isn't it? Annie Wells has fought back after... Jeffrey Dahmer, he liked dogs. There you go. Annie Wells has fought back after she was the victim of an astonishing Holyrood attack by the Caretaker. First Minister appeared to question her integrity, as he said his party would not accept the findings of a parliamentary probe into Michael Matheson's £11,000 iPad bill. Well, he's speaking for his whole party, is he? That's good. He might need to check that there aren't some in his party that will, because Matheson admitted it. In a verbal assault on the very processes that underpin devolution, the SNP leader claimed the Standards Procedures and Public Appointments Committee recommendation of a 27-day ban from Parliament for the former Health Secretary was prejudiced, and he referenced comments seemingly made by Glasgow MSP Miss Wells in relation to the scandal last year. So what? She's allowed an opinion. But Miss Wells has told the Scottish Express Mr. Swinney's statement was shameful and reeked of desperation. And she added, trying to deflect the blame elsewhere was a pathetic attempt to mask the fact that he was defending the indefensible. He is. He's standing there and he's trying to say, oh no, you shouldn't punish him. Don't punish him. Don't punish him for lying to the press. Don't punish him for lying to the people. Don't punish him for lying to this very Parliament. Don't punish him for his attempted fraud. No, he's fine. He's SNP, he's fine. They're going into an election Don't they realise what the optics look like here? Matheson repeatedly lied to the public and Parliament, and his position as an MSP is completely untenable, she said. The public share that view, yet John Swinney would rather complain about parliamentary process and defend his disgraced friend. Shane Matheson racked up a huge roaming bill on his parliamentary device while on a family holiday to Morocco over the winter recess in 22-23. After trying to bill the public purse for the charges, he claimed the device had only been used for parliamentary work. Until he hands over that iPad and it is fully forensically examined, that is going to be a lie. And we all know what he was doing. He was looking at terrible images and knocking one out, allegedly. His story completely unravelled, and then he had to invent another lie when he was forced to admit in Holyrood his children used it to stream football games. Load of rubbish. Hamza Yousaf backed him before Matheson eventually quit as a minister in February because even he couldn't come up with more convincing lies to hide all the lies he'd previously told. But Mr. Swinney is also standing by his colleague, calling him a friend and colleague who has made mistakes. Yes, I'm sure he has made mistakes. Prisons are filled with people who've made mistakes. Doesn't mean they can't go to prison though, does it? He told Parliament, Annie Wells said that Michael Matheson's, and I quote, desperate efforts to justify his outrageous expensive claim have been riddled with lies, cover-ups, and the need for us all to suspend our disbelief. Yes, she may have said that, but there is a reason that she said that, and that's because it's absolutely true. Even he admitted lying, so he is a liar. And once you've admitted to being a liar, you can believe nothing that comes out of their lying gob. He's a self-admitted liar and fraudster. What more do you want? Mr. Swinney said if a constituent had come to him facing disciplinary action at work when their employer had made similar comments about them, he would come down on that employer like a ton of bricks. No, he wouldn't. He added that this is the situation that Michael Matheson is facing here, and that is why I will not be supporting the sanction. Matheson, who may also have had 54 days of his salary stripped, has since said he will not quit as an MSP and will fight the recommendations because he's desperate to keep hold of his money because he knows that once he's gone, he'll be unemployable and he will never work again. Nobody is going to hire a lying thief. The SNP will be relying on support for the Greens or Alba to save the Falkirk West MSP from punishment. Well, since that one Alba is Ash Regan, I have a feeling that he will not be saved. And I'm not entirely sure that everyone within the SNP will vote to save him. And if he is not punished, if the SNP somehow get a deal, make a deal, do something, and this guy is not punished, then it goes to show that there is no law any further in Scotland and that they've legitimised fraud up to £11,000 and that lying to Parliament is now acceptable. Matheson admitted lying to Parliament and now they're saying that's fine. What's the point? You can just in future lie to Parliament and say, oh sorry, I'll use the Matheson defence. It doesn't matter. That's how they want to play it. Anyway, round off there, we'll come up. How typical, isn't it? It's just typical of the SNP. Yes, we know he's a liar. We know he's a thief. But we're going to stand by him because we're the SNP. And we don't want him going to be punished. Can't punish him for lying and thieving. No. That's only for other people. I mean, if that was Labour or Tory, oh yes, we'd be down on them. Yes. But he's one of us and so therefore no. And also, you're going into an election and you're going to legitimise what he's done and you're going to say no punishment. Really? You're going to do that? It's very brave. It's an absolutely... The only thing is, if they fail to do it, if they come out, and this is where they're going to lose anyway, if they come out and they don't manage to get the numbers and so he is punished, but every person in the SNP has stood up to try and save him, then that just gives the opposition so much ammunition, doesn't it? And the SNP backbenchers and whatever need to see this. They need to realise that what's about to happen, win or lose, doesn't matter if their side wins or lose, if they all come out to try and save him, they're in deep deep water, because every question after that is, so it's okay to lie in Parliament, it's okay to steal, it's okay. According to the SNP, lying to Parliament is absolutely fine. It's just pure fodder for the opposition, and they know it. Anyway, I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I will speak to you later. Bye.